boys and girls. I'm so excited to share a story with you today. Say hello in the feed and let me know you're watching, and tell me one fun thing you did this weekend. One fun thing I like to do is go to the pool and go swimming. So today we are talking about always doing the right thing, which can be really hard sometimes, can't it? We are going to read a story about Paul and his nephew and see how he had to choose to do the right thing. If you hear something in the story that makes you happy, give me a thumbs up. If you hear something that makes you sad, give me a thumbs down. Here we go. So this story is from Book of Acts, chapter 23, verses 12 through 35. In the book of Acts, we will see how Paul was telling people about Jesus. Even though what Paul was doing was really awesome, there were some mean people who did not want Paul telling others about Jesus. Eventually, those men were able to get Paul arrested and put into jail. But putting Paul into jail wasn't enough for them. So one morning, those men met secretly to make plans against Paul. They promised that they would not eat or drink anything until they had put Paul to death. More than 40 men took part in this plan. The plan was to go to the chief priests and elders. So these are the people who are kind of like in charge of what goes on in the church. And these people were supposed to go to the commanding officer at the jail where Paul was locked up. The chief priests and elders were going to ask for Paul to come to their town so they could hear more about the case. But the mean men were going to attack Paul on his way to the town. However, Paul's nephew was nearby and heard about the men's plan, so he did the right thing by going to the jail and telling Paul all about it. Then he kept doing the right thing by going to the commanding officer to tell him about the plan too. The commanding officer knew the plan was wrong, so he made a plan of his own. He brought together 200 soldiers, 70 horsemen, and 200 men armed with spears. That's a lot of guards. The soldiers marched with Paul to protect him from the mean men who wanted to harm him. Because Paul's nephew kept doing the right thing, Paul was safe and no one hurt him. In the same way, we can keep doing the right thing, even if it's hard or scary. And even I know sometimes doing the right thing will be really hard. Boys and girls, our friends or classmates may be doing the wrong thing sometimes, like not listening or obeying their teacher or parent, or maybe they aren't making a good choice. Sometimes doing the wrong thing might even be easier. But God wants us to do the right thing and make good choices, just like Paul's nephew did. And God can help us choose the right thing when we ask Him to help. Another way that God can help us choose to do the right thing is by giving us a guideline on what the right thing is. A guideline is something that shows us what to do. So our guideline for life is our Bible. So today, before we end, let's do the memory verse together from our guideline, the Bible. Can you guys do the motions with me at home? Here we go. In a race, all the runners run, but only one gets the prize. So run in a way that will get you the prize. 1 Corinthians 9:24. Great job, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in.